It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talks Flicks podcast. I'm your host, Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. And ladies and gentlemen, this past week, I saw spiderwebs and spiders, like back in the 30s or 20s or sometime back then. I saw them. It's very interesting. And I'm going to get into that. But first, a couple things. I want to give a big shout out to Ann Arbor, Michigan. Got some plays in Ann Arbor this past week. Gracias, gratitude, toda. Ann Arbor, Michigan. You are in my home state. I live here. So do you, apparently. Interesting fact. I've never been to Ann Arbor. I've been all over the state of Michigan, but I have not been there yet. I plan on going to the summer. I heard great things about your city. I also know my favorite arcade in this community has one down there too. And if you know, you know. Check the socials, you know what I'm talking about. But if you're to know, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm gonna have to check that awesome arcade that has a lot of pinball. Wink. So yes, appreciate you guys listening. That's his gratitude. And additionally, this episode is brought to you by my album called Always a White Belt. It's me rapping my unique style over synthy hip-hop type beats. I also got the one and only Sensu Cosmic on it. And additionally, Rhyme Artist has joined me again. And in this album, I explore the ideas that, like, you're never quite an expert or master. You're always a white belt because in martial arts, the white belt is the lowest belt. And it's not negative to be a white belt. It's because you're always learning, always growing. So in my mindset, we're always a white belt. So if you want to hear the album, put it below, check it out now. Let's go to the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just start off and say this real quick before I get into what I'm talking about today. Now, over the last, 10 and 15 years, at the box office, at the movies, there's been tons and tons and tons of movies. Good movies, superhero movies, action movies, franchises, all these movies coming out. Now, the one consistent thing I'll say, and this is not a negative, just how it works, a lot of these franchises, movies, have been playing it safe, sticking to a formula, doing what works. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because these films are investments from businessmen, and they want a return on their investment. I totally understand that. And that being said, these movies are not bad. There are a lot of good movies and shows that came out over the years using this kind of model, right? But I want to say this also. A lot of movie studios, TV studios, and this is not meant as a diss. Like I said, not at all. But they don't want to take a lot of risk at the cinema. Because like I said, they want to return on their investment. And if they take too much of a risk, they might not get that return. And as someone that, is in that space trying to, get return on my investments and my money, I totally understand that. And some people do not want to take that risk. That being said, this week, I'm going to talk about the show called Spider-Noir. And in this particular show, I feel the powers that be said, we're going to take this risk. This particular show is about Spider-Man back in like the 30s or 40s, like, the era with the bootleggers, the gangsters, the speakeasies, right? Way back in the day. And it's also done in color or black and white. Now, this particular format show on Amazon is definitely not risky. I won't say risky, but it's definitely doing something that hasn't been done for a while. And as someone that's been going down the rabbit hole of these things, I think it was much needed. Now, I'm not dissing the prior stuff. I'm not dissing, Marvel or DC or Star Trek or Doctor Who or whatever. But a lot of these franchises are just playing the safe. And there's nothing wrong with that, like I told you. But someone over at these studios said, we're going to do something different. We're going to do Spider-Noir. It's going to be set back in days. It's going to be black and white. And additionally, we're going to cast Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man. Right? It's absolutely craziness. And as soon as I heard about this, I knew I wanted to check it out. I was like, this sounds so interesting to me. And so I've watched a few episodes, and it is absolutely magnificent. It's exactly what the superhero genre needed. It's exactly what these franchises needed. Do something you have not done before. Do something different. Explore. Take a chance. Gamble. Do something that just not have been done in a long time or has been done at all. Take a chance. You know what? And it's so successful. because I hear it's doing really well over at Amazon. It's rated really well. Everyone say it's great. And as someone that has watched superhero movies and shows and franchises for years upon years, this is absolutely phenomenal, fantastic. And over the years, I have said that maybe the superhero genre was getting a little stale. No disrespect, all these movie concepts and ideas usually run their course. You had the cowboy movies back in the day, the samurai movies back in the day. And they were hot for a while. They're still hot, but not as hot as they used to be. A lot of the genres of movies, TV shows, they kind of run their course and they kind of have a high period with low period. And this happens to all the styles of movies and shows over the years. And I thought maybe the superhero genre was maybe there. But you know what? This show tells me different. This show tells me there's still life in these shows. You just got to take a chance and do something creatively. Now, to switch gears, I'm over to Star Trek real quick. Star Trek over the last few years has been taking chances. Now, unfortunately, on their end, some of the stuff has not been well received, which I don't like because I think it's been great. They did take a chance with a cartoon called Lower Decks, which was phenomenal. I think the consensus on this cartoon, it was great, and that was like, a gamble they hadn't done before, and they took a chance. It's something different. So sometimes when you take a franchise or style of movie, and you just do something that's not been done before, it's a hit. But like I said, a lot of these guys do not want to do this. Now, Spider-Noir is way different than the traditional Spider-Man story. And there's nothing wrong with the traditional Spider-Man story. Everybody likes Peter Parker. Everybody's Tobey Maguire. Everybody likes, Tom Holland. Those are great. Those are great depictions of Spider-Man. I've not seen Into the Spider-Verse, but I heard that's great as well. These are all great. But what I'm going to say here is like what I say with Star Trek. Star Trek is great. You got Spock, you got Picard, you got, the shows, but also grow the universe, expand it, go in different directions. And I'm going to say this also. I started watching The Mandalorian, right? And I've never seen it before, but The Mandalorian is also an extension of the Star Wars universe. It's not like the other stuff I've seen, a little bit different. And it's also phenomenal. So sometimes you gamble and go a different route with some different stories or characters. Sometimes it's just a smash hit. And I heard The Mandalorian is well received and Spider-Noir is well received. It's like just sometimes you have to take a risk, and this risk paid off. Now, one other thing we'll talk about. On this podcast back in the day, I can't remember which episode it was. I had said, and it's on record somewhere on one of these podcasts, I said someone needs to do a black and white TV show because it hadn't been done in a long time. I said that someone wanted to change the game. They should do some black and white show. I said that. I said that way back in the day. I don't remember what episode it was, but I had said someone should do this. This was way back then. And these guys did it. These guys did what I wanted to happen. Like, they finally someone chose to do it, and it's so well done. Like, this is exactly what I was talking about. In a landscape of TV where everything's high def and bright colors and popping and all this kind of thing, right? Someone said, we're going to do a black and white version. I think the Justice League has a black and white version, I believe. I haven't seen it yet. I heard that's great as well. But this Spider-Noir is made for that. I'm just so excited about it. It's so good. It's phenomenal. And then one other thing too, Nicolas Cage was saying that, like, as a grown man, it's harder to identify with Spider-Man because he's a young guy in high school. And, and as an adult, it's harder to. And I would agree with that. It's not a disrespect to Spider-Man at all. Spider-Man's phenomenal. But as someone that's like 50, it does get harder to identify to high school characters or teenage characters or 20 characters. Because, I'm an older man. And I have different life experience at 50, right? And I do identify a lot more with Nicolas Cage, Spider-Man, than the other ones. No disrespect at all. Spider-Man's a fine character. But I'm a little bit older. This is more seasoned, older Spider-Man. But that applies more to me a little bit, who I am. The other ones are fine. I love them. But this is also phenomenal. So good job, Sony. Good job, Marvel. You guys are just reinvigorating the franchise. I love it. It's phenomenal. Great job. Bravo. I can't wait to see what happens next. Yes, so I'm going to finish this series probably this week. And just can't wait to see what happens. Phenomenal. I love the outfit, the costumes. Oh, so dope. So ladies and gentlemen, I highly recommend you go see Spider-Noir. Go watch it. Now, I recommend the black and white personally. I've not watched the color. I probably won't because I'm the one that said you need to do black and white. I said this back in the day. Do whatever one you want. But I think, though, to get the full vibe, the full effect of what I'm feeling, you should go for the black and white. When was the last time you seen a black and white show? You talk about maybe Dark Shadows back in the day? Talk about old episodes of, Life of Lucy? Maybe some samurai flicks, some cowboy flicks. Realistic, I don't know how old you are. When's the last time you've seen a black and white film or a movie? Probably been a long time. It's been a long time for me, honestly. So maybe just check the black and white. You might just enjoy it. Or do the color, it doesn't matter. But anyways, Nicolas Cage and Spider-Man, come on, bro. These are geniuses over here. Phenomenal work. I'm so excited. And so this concludes the podcast. And until next time, we'll see you. With no power comes no responsibility. Ben Riley. Until next time, it's Captain Peace.
The Captain Talks.